Hey there, Scorchy here with another custom stages video. It's been a while since I put up one of these videos, but what can I say, I've been playing Mario Maker, okay? However, that didn't stop you guys from creating some awesome custom stages throughout the last few weeks. Remember to drop your codes for your stages in the comments so I can check them out. And as always, a reminder that to use these codes, you have to go to Online, Share Content, press X, and enter ID. Let's get into it. So let's get started with a stage inspired by the best 2D Mario game of all time. Yeah, don't at me. Here we are at Yoshi's Home from Super Mario World. As you can see, this is a pretty faithful recreation from Yoshi's house from the original Super Mario World on the SNES. You can see the little mailbox in the back, the fireplace as well, and some of the mountains from the game in the back with eyes and all, so every single detail is there. What I also really like is that they've turned the apples into platforms, which actually switches up a bit of the layout of the level, so it makes it a little bit more than just a Final Destination style kind of stage. There's also a foreground layer at the right side of the stage that can cover you up when you're recovering, which can be both good or bad depending on how you want to take advantage of those situations when you're recovering. All in all, this is a very simple stage with a simple layout, but also very good looking. If you're a fan of Yoshi or 2D Mario games, this is the stage for you. Alright, on to the next one. Now we got a stage inspired by one of the spookiest games on the NES, which isn't Castlevania. Here we have Ghosts and Goblins, a game that is actually available on the NES Online service for the Switch, so feel free to check it out. But right now, we're gonna check out this stage. Now here we are at Ghosts and Goblins, a stage that's pretty loyal to the original game on the NES. But before I get into the specific details of this stage, I want to talk about the layout a little bit because I really like it with the 3-platform layout and the use of stairs to get from the main platform to the second platform in the middle here. So you can set up really interesting situations, and of course with the 3 platforms with the one at the top, you can create some really cool combos with like ladders going up, and I'm talking about combo ladders to kill off the top with characters like Mario or Zero Suit Samus. It's a really interesting layout that actually I think uses ladders, and now I'm talking about the stage ladders in a really interesting way. Other than that, I obviously also really like the aesthetics of this stage, with the crows in the back, the tombstones, and just how creepy it looks. I feel like this is a great example of using the big moon background for a stage. You can even see in the background the detail of the castle with the clouds, and almost everything has been accounted for. We just need a couple of zombies walking around. Other than that, fun stage, really interesting layout. Play on this stage and tell me what you think about it, and what do you think about the ladders right there in the middle? Do you think they're interesting, or they're just messing you up? Alright, on to the next one. Now, while staying in the theme of spooky stages, let's check out Nightmare Before Christmas, shall we? Now, grab your eyeliner and your Hot Topic cash before you hop into this stage inspired by the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. This one obviously focusing on Spiral Hill, where Jack is singing at the top of the mountain, the big bright moon is in the back, a super iconic scene from the movie. I think it's also part of the official poster of the movie, so I could not miss out on featuring this level. Obviously, the layout is kind of crazy, kind of yank. You can see that the CPUs are even having trouble figuring out the stage layout here. But this stage is definitely more of a looker and a cool reference to a cool movie rather than, you know, a stage to play competitively on. So if you're a fan of the cult classic and you want a spooky stage to add to your collection, this is the one. Now, before featuring the next stage, I want to remind you to drop your codes in the comments so I can check them out for the next video. Alright, moving on. Now it's time to check out an awesome stage from the Metroid franchise. This is Chozo Ruins from Metroid Prime. Now, this is a stage with a crazy layout, platforms all over the place. Not only is the main platform split into 3 levels, well, 4 if you count the hands of the Chozo statue here in the center, plus 6 other platforms across the stage. Is just crazy. This is definitely the perfect stage for crazy 4-player matches with smash meter on, maybe items or Pokeballs only. There's just so much room for crazy stuff to happen. I also like the way they've used portals just as an aesthetic. And this stage just looks really cool. And hey, I'll take a Metroid Prime inspired stage any day. So make sure to turn on some casual features and have a lot of fun on this one. Alright, on to the next one. Now, I surely do not know what the next DLC character for Smash is going to be, but after the reveal of Banjo, I'm pretty sure it could be anyone. Even Cuphead. So why not look at a stage from Cuphead? This is Beppi the Clown, inspired by the last phase of the Pepe the Clown boss fight on Cuphead. Let's check it out. Now this stage is an awesome reference to Beppi the Clown, and I'm stoked to see more Cuphead stages on Smash Ultimate. What I really like about this stage is not only the detail of the roller coaster going in the background, but also how those platforms rotate around the stage. Now, I won't tell you what happens when you stay on those platforms. You're gonna have to download this stage and figure it out by yourself, just like I did. But let me tell you, it's pretty fun. Other than the 3 platforms rotating around the stage, this is a pretty standard Final Destination style stage, but I really recommend it for more kind of competitive-ish 4-player matches, or maybe if you're playing doubles, really fun stage to play at. And it's just fun when someone tries to figure out what happens with the platforms, they stay on them, and then they are surprised with the results. Anyway, super awesome to see some Cuphead representation in Smash. I really like that game. I should really go back and finish it. But in the meantime, there's this stage, and if you want Cuphead as a DLC character, you definitely want to check this one out. Now, in one of my previous videos, I featured this stage called The 90s, which I actually loved. And this one reminds me a lot about it. Very funky, very vaporwave, very old school. This one's called Infinity Club. Let's check it out. Welcome to the party! We're here at Infinity Club, a super psychedelic and funky looking stage. As far as I can tell, it's not a reference to any video game, it's just a really fun and cool looking stage. One thing that I really like about this stage, other than the way that it looks, is how the main platform is concave, so it actually goes under in the center rather than up. And how it makes up for that with a small platform in the center. So if you're under that platform, you can probably throw up some up smash or up airs or up tilts to mess up whoever is standing on the platform at that moment. One unfortunate thing about this stage is that the rails at the front of the stage do cover up your character every time you're on the platform, which I personally don't really like. I like to be able to see my character and the opponent. So that is definitely one part of the stage that I would really like to change. Other than that, I really like it. I like the layout. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's a funny concept, and it has all the pieces there to be an awesome custom stage. It seems pretty much impossible for me to make one of these videos without eventually featuring at least one stage from The Legend of Zelda. This time we have Temple of Time from Ocarina of Time. Let's check it out. This stage looks awesome. I love the 3 floating stones that you get during the first 3 temples in Ocarina of Time. I love the detail of the Master Sword behind that. Even with the detail of the red cloths hanging off the stage, I also like that a lot. And this is a pretty interesting layout too. You've got the steps in the middle of the stage, and then you have 4 platforms around the stage. So it ends up being a pretty intense variation on the battlefield layout. Which I actually really do like. All in all, it creates really interesting situations. Specifically with the steps in the middle of the stage, I feel that that's the piece that kinda differs the layout from every other stage the most. One little detail about this stage though is that there is some wonkiness with the platforms, where if you hit them from the side you might end up bouncing off of them, which is a little bit strange. But other than that, this is an amazing stage, great looking, interesting layout, and just a cool reference, which I think kind of crosses all the boxes in my list of what makes a good custom stage. Alright, on to the next one. Now, if you're a fan of the Mario and Luigi franchise, you're gonna love this stage. This is Dreamy Somnom Woods. Let's check it out. Now, this stage, pulled directly from Mario and Luigi Dream Team, is awesome. The main thing that I really like about it is the layout, mostly because it's fully competitively friendly. First, you have those 2 platforms at the edges of the stage, which reminds me of the Pokemon League stages, Unova and Kalos, plus 2 platforms in the center, very high up, similar to Tana City, so it ends up being a pretty cool layout to experiment with and play some competitive matches in. Not only that, but the stage also looks great. I like how it captures that trippy vibe from the original level from Mario and Luigi, and how it all came together on a stage that ends up being fully viable and really fun to play on. This one I mostly recommend, not only because of the way that it looks, but the way that it plays and the layout. Definitely check out this stage and let me know what you thought about the layout and how it felt playing on it. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to be back to making some of these videos again. So I will definitely be in need of codes to review. Also, I'm working on a video highlighting some incredible minigame custom stages on Smash Brothers. So make sure to subscribe to catch that video coming up real soon. Alright, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.